Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome folks, Today the Hungry Gamer is back with another crowdfunding preview, and today we are talking about Wizards of the Grimoire Shifting Sands. And this is a follow-up, a standalone sequel to Wizards of the Grimoire, which I covered last year, and was quite frankly one of my top surprises of the year. And you're going to see just kind of the basic video of how the game's played up there as I'm talking a little bit about it. But this is a game that just shocked me. I originally said I would cover it because I thought my brother would really like it. And I got it, and I played it, and I did not give it to my brother. He didn't get it, he doesn't have it, he's not allowed to have it, because he didn't get it, he's not gonna get it, he's not allowed to get it. I mean, he could buy it. But it's just that much fun. It immediately jumped into one of my top two-player games. It's mean, it's nasty, it's aggressive, and it's a lot of fun. See, what you're doing is each round you're going to be drafting a spell, and you get up to a total of 6 spells. There are ways to replace them, and you get mana cards each turn. And each spell costs X amount of mana, though the mana cards have numbers 1 through 4 on them, you don't actually cast spells based on the numbers, for the most part. Each spell, if a spell, say, costs 2 mana, you just actually have to put down 2 mana cards. The number doesn't matter. And then, after you've cast all the spells that you're going to cast, you can do a basic attack, and that's where the number really matters, because whatever number's on the card, you can do that much damage to your opponent. And it's very fast, it's very simple, and every game is different because every game you're getting a different tableau of spells, and you're trying to figure out the best way to make these spells chain together and work together in a way that's going to beat down the other person, because there's no healing in the game. In fact, the only kind of healing type stuff you get are the green spells, regeneration spells, which are just giving you more mana and letting you cast more spells. And initially, I said it's just a great game. My biggest complaint was I didn't like the way the cards felt. I had to sleeve them, and I was worried they wouldn't fit back in the box, but it did. It fit right back into the box, so I can't complain too much other than I had to sleeve the cards. And all in all, it's just a fantastic game. Now, talking about Shifting Sands, and Shifting Sands is the same game, but with new spells. And on the surface, the idea of, well, just new spells, who cares? Because there's 70 or something in the game, and you see maybe 12 to 14 of them actually out in the game at any given match. And so I said yes, I would cover it immediately because I liked the first one so much, and more must be better. But then I've played it now a few times, and is it better? It depends on who you are. Because the difference between Shifting Sands and the original game, in my mind, is mostly the amount of interaction. Which sounds crazy that you have more interaction when every round you're punching each other in the face. But this time, the interaction becomes more sneaky and more dirty. Because you're doing stuff that will really affect the other player. Sometimes I played where basically I cast a spell that made all of the numbers on their mana 1 less for a whole turn, which meant I was affecting their entire turn. I wasn't just hurting them, I was literally affecting what it is that they might be able to do. There's spells where, for example, this one right here, where you make your opponent discard all of the mana that they have in their hand. And they may or may not have some in their hand, but that's directly affecting what it is that they're able to do. Or maybe you have this one right here, which is going to allow you to change your hand of mana with theirs. So maybe they've carried over a bunch of mana on their turn, but now you have 1 card left and you're going to swap them out, and now you're doing a lot more. It is subtler and dirtier and meaner the way that you're interacting with another player. Now, I also need to say there's 2 new effects in the game. One I actually already showed you, but I'll show it to you again to show you the other one as well, is there are relics. And the relics are labeled as OTU, one-time use, and that's a placeholder. And that's a placeholder, it's going to be something different. But it means once you use it, it goes out of the game, and you actually immediately get to replace it with another spell. And the other thing is what this particular relic does is it destroys a spell. And so when you destroy a spell, it goes out of the game, and so does all the mana that was on it. And then you get to get a new spell. And so it actually increases ever so slightly the amount of spells that you'll see in a game. There's not a ton of things that destroy spells, but they're there. And there are quite a few relic cards that you're going to use and then you're going to lose. So with all that being said, I think this is every bit as good as Wizards of the Grimoire. And the question becomes, what are you looking for? Are you looking for something that has a little more, it's not really take that, but a little more dirty interaction, nastiness, I'm messing with your plan style interaction, or do you want just a drop down, punch in the face slugfest? And for me, I like both depending on the person I'm playing against. So for me, there's definitely room for both of these on my shelf. And I am beyond happy that I got to check out this prototype. And I do need to say this is a prototype. All the cards here, this is mostly art that's been pulled from the previous series. It's going to be all new art. It's not going to be AI art. Some of the symbology is going to be a little bit different. But I'm so very happy that I got to play this, and I still have it. I can keep playing it, because this is one of those things that had I gotten my hands and reviewed this game last year before I had done my games of the year, this probably would have been in the running. It probably would have been a game of the year candidate, because it's that good, it's that fun, and this is only adding to the goodness. Nothing about this is detracting. So there you have it, folks. That is Wizards of the Grimoire, Shifting Sands. As always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, share, maybe become a channel member. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.